Oh, hi you guys, and welcome to another session of Wizards and Wardrobes. Who knows what fun we'll have today with our adventurers seeking, I don't know what they're seeking anymore. Maybe just some solace, maybe just a break. Maybe they're just looking for a bit of time where they can relax. Maybe we'll even give it to them. Maybe we'll even give it to them. Okay, if you guys are here, well done, you made the first step. Here are the next steps. If you want to be part of this amazing community, and it is an amazing community full of inclusive, lovely people, get in the Discord. Get in the Discord, talk about D&D, talk about other things, do all that cool stuff. There it is. If you want to play a game, get on the Twitter, send me a DM, and we'll get you in a game. And if you want to, catch up or see me desperately try and catch up with all the games we've been running, then you need to get on the YouTube. That's where you can see how far behind I am. We also have a Patreon if you'd like to consider supporting us. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. A few people have asked me what's the best way to support. I sort of am inclined to say either direct donation or Patreon. We get the best deal from Patreon. It's a monthly subscription, and you can pay as much as you like from $1 upwards. So you can support me even with a low amount regularly, and I get most of the cut. I get a better cut than, say, from Twitch or anything else. And lastly, there's the merch there. If you would like a little playbook like mine, which is just the right size for a 3-hour one-shot. He says, unable to open the pages. Live on screen. Perfect size for a 3-hour one-shot. There it is. With my emblem on it. Get on the merch website. There you go. Simples. Well, I think that's probably about it from me. Why don't we head over and get our players?
Hello.
Oh, hi, you're live.
Hey everyone!
Hey.
How are you doing?
So, Charlie will be back with us shortly. In that short period, why don't we go through you two, the characters, and between you, why don't you both tell us the story of what happened last time?
Alright,
Oh Lord. Okay.
so let me begin because I brought the group and Ilyena, the former roof mistress of the assassins, the old elf who's part of the assassin tribe that calls himself the Secret, and Hadija, the young assassin woman who has a thing for our Lucian. To a sacred cave that Forja now and then uses as a hideout or just a place to stay and create art. This very complex and big cave that is filled with glass murals that she created over time. And there were a lot of wild magic searches last time around, so certain things happened beside Lucian discovering pictographs and then telling us that he found a way home, and everyone examining the stone archway because it looks like the wizard's wardrobe, right? That Kellex and the others came through. So, would you like to continue, or should I go on?
I will do because apparently Lucian, after interacting with this door, thought if he could ingest water, he could breathe in it somehow, and so spent a number of minutes almost drowning himself for a bit, and Kellic got a large amount of sneezing fits. There was a point when Lucian morphed into a demon version of himself, more so than his base tiefling form. Attacked the rest of the group. Fauja was stabbed and almost died. Kellic freaked out a little bit. Tried to get Lucian either under control or knock him out. And then Hadija also went kind of nuts and just kind of ran out into the desert storm. Eventually things calmed down, and Kellic and Faja, essentially both in their own ways, were like, you know what? I'm done with today. I'm gonna go sleep. And decided to go their separate ways, though Kellic and Faja shared a sweet moment, and they went to bed. The next day, I believe that we were all met by interesting dreams, some which confirmed our fears and some which gave us hope, but left us with permanent scars. I know Lucian had 2 sword swipes up against his midsection. Fauja, I believe, was cut, if it's correct.
She has this ragged scar now on her stomach.
And Kellic has a burn mark of a handprint on his face that was from Dream Fauja, because the rest of the group tried to kill him in his dream. But they woke up. Apparently, the roof mistress also had a dream saying that the orcs were on their way, and she ran out into the receding storm. And then, after we tried to figure out what to do, the orcs did come, and we've kind of been roped into going with them to their arena. If I'm missing anything, please let me know. But I think that's what we got up to last time.
Sounds... yeah. I think, yeah. We only discovered that the draw was not magic. I think that might be another point for the viewers. So we tried it with things happen. So there is magic, but not the kind of magic that brings you home. Mm-hmm. Oh, and Forja created armor for Lucian and Caleb, because she saw them both felled by arrows and blades, and she didn't want to witness something like that again. So she decided, I'm going to arm those guys, and created armor for both of them before the orcs showed up at our place. And before, that's something that the characters did not see, but before stream was out, there was a cutscene where the viewer saw Ilyena moving towards the Assassin's Hold, and she saw the phoenix being swallowed or thwarted, I don't know, by a sand snake, I think. Yeah, not a good omen.
Yes, not a good omen at all. So yeah, I think you've covered everything. Ilyena, Khadija, and the secret. So that pretty much puts us where we are leaving off. But of course, whilst all this was going on, Dave was asleep. Dave, what was going on in your little mind?
Dave was dreaming of the city. Dreaming of being back with her roost, but also about a job that she once had. Her job was kind of like a housemaid, personal assistant type job, especially once the master of the house had figured out her mimic skills. And so he would use her to kind of take notes at meetings. He was a lawyer, something of that type. Dave never quite worked out exactly what he did, not understanding half of the words she was hearing most of the time. And one day he had her listen in on his wife, and Dave overheard something that Dave shouldn't have heard, and by extension, the master of the house heard it. And after that, the wife, the mistress of the house, disappeared. And Dave is dreaming about the day that everyone started to notice that the mistress wasn't around anymore, and the panic that had kind of washed over Dave, kind of figuring out that it was her fault in a lot of ways, having a feeling that the master of the house had contributed to this disappearance. And so she's going about her morning routine of sweeping the cinders from the fireplaces, and just that cold panic in the back of her head, and the replaying of many words that she has heard and mimicked and forgotten. And that is where Dave is in her dream.
And so, what was the outcome? Why had the mistress gone missing? Does Dave know?
Dave doesn't know. Dave ended up running away from the job and decided never to have a job ever again, because jobs were not good things. Bad things happen to people with jobs. So that was Dave's new policy. And so Dave went up to the roof, back to her roost, and kind of survived pickpocketing and kind of scrounging. She doesn't need a lot, so it's just kind of making do, fishing in bins, that sort of thing.
And so when you wake up, Dave, let's say I think you were waking up just as everyone was getting ready to head outside, as the storm was dying down and people could hear the horns of the orcs outside. You'll notice this new face print scar on Kellick's face. And Tahina, what was your scarring again?
I don't think she would see that, because my scar came not from the dreams, but from Lucian almost gutting. Or no, he did gut Forja and felled her in one fell sweep. So she has now this scar from the water sword on her stomach.
And probably still an amount of blood and stuff on her person as well, or whatever constitutes
She would
the
have
blood.
cleaned up and put on her other armor and new clothes, because we are on her turf, right? She has some.
Of course we are.
She has some things stashed there. She's still in the process of grabbing her things, because she basically now is stepping out of this pit where she created the armor and handed them to Lucian and Kellick, and is now putting her overclothes over her working clothes.
Fantastic.
If Dave is waking up in this case, so we're basically rewinding time a little bit, or are we just doing this mild scene and then jumping?
Yeah, just a small scene to get Dave in the know, and then we'll fast forward up.
Okay. So she would step over and look down at you and hand you a canteen with water and a good berry, and say, you need to prepare yourself. The orcs, they are coming. I don't know what they want from us. But this sounds like a whole warband. The assassins are gone. I don't know if you... No, I think you were out for it. They left during the storm. The only one who was left was Yelena, and she had a dream and disappeared.
What am I to do with all of you?
That is a very good question. If you find out, let me know.
And Dave is gonna kind of just like take stock of what is going on in this cave, because she just went for a nap and now everything has changed.
Yep. So Hadija is missing. The Secret is missing. Ileana is missing. Lucian is sort of following along. He's got 2 great big sword marks crossed against his chest, and he's been stabbed as well by an assassin's blade with a sort of green tinge to it in his side. And Kellick, most of your stuff happened privately, I think. I think the only noticeable thing about you is the handprint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe Fauja saw
Some
the
of it
raid
happened.
when I slept
Hmm.
a little bit. Activation. I think that's it.
Hmm.
So, do I see Kellick's new injury? Is he out with us? He is, right?
Yeah, his new
Mhm,
face print.
So Dave is gonna tilt her head up and look at Kellic and be like, I did indeed hurt him.
Yeah.
And then look at Falja. And look at that and look at I'm Dave. And look at Kellic.
No.
I did not do that. I swear. It was there was some very strange magic afoot, and he woke up like that. I swear, I did not do that.
So I'm fine.
But I think I didn't do it. I'm not. I don't know anymore.
Most scary.
Yes.
You're not telling me. To be honest with you, the only reason I want to go with these orcs is so that we can get a good meal and some sleep. Feels like they're the only ones that understands a good meal, and while they may be rowdy, might actually get some time to rest.
Well, you might want to brace yourself because there are things going. Oh no, I don't know that at this point of time. You might want to brace yourself because I did not left on the best terms. I don't know if you remember the
What do you mean?
conversation. Well, the orcs were a bit angry at me for the other people disappearing.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Orcs. We need to appear strong and united because that is something that they respect.
And we shouldn't tell them about the child that we might have left behind the assassins.
I have a policy when I'm dealing with orcs. Tell them as much as you have to, but just as much as you have to, not more. Keeps things simple.
Nordic. Cool. By the way, Dave, can we give you a couple of words? Because it'll be easier for us and probably much easier for you to communicate. Yes? No?
Yes. No.
Maybe.
Fuck you.
Maybe.
Get
No.
down. Behind us. Kill them all.
When would Dave would have cause to say that? I look at you.
It's useful. I mean, I say it all the time. I'm just saying.
Careful now.
Behind us. Above us. In front of us. Food and ale,
Food and ale.
please.
If you don't like what Kellic said earlier, you could also say, I disagree.
I disagree. I say it all the time.
Thank you very much to Wasmabot and Steelbonds, who both donate one to give an advantage to Chorus and one to give a disadvantage to Chorus.
Hopefully,
One nat one, two disadvantages and one advantage.
Balance.
hopefully my sound is going to be better now. I've moved my mic like right in front of me.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Okie
Thank you for the host, Alice. So, what
Look
do
at
you
all
guys
my
do?
new words. So many new words.
So, you guys are heading out.
One last thing, I would like to, if we can't make the time, show Dave the pictographs and the door because I don't think that she has seen them before.
I did see them.
You saw them?
I went
Okay.
down and then I came back out and I was like, I ain't touching that.
Very good. Perfect.
Because then we came back out, remember, and we had the food, and then it was after that that
Yeah.
everything went a bit weird because Lucian went back and fell out with Hadisha and
Oh yeah. So I'm grabbing all my gear and I'm also grabbing some additional weapons and stuff that I'm not intending for myself, but as gift for the orc chieftain when we arrive at the arena. And maybe some stuff to trade with. Just to be sure. And the last thing I did before we left the stream last time was I transformed into a giant lizard. So if Dave would be is there, then I would just flatten down and start running.
And also, Dave, you will have taken a long rest, and you get all of the benefits as such. You have full health, your injuries are feeling a lot better, you're feeling well rested. Outside, we'll wind forward through the conversation a little bit. So basically, actually no, let's just play it through. So the Orc War Chief is outside. Falja, we are celebrating today.
Greetings, chieftain. What are we celebrating?
We have caught some assassins, Falja.
Oh, the ones you set out to hunt?
Ah, assassins are assassins. Who can tell one from another?
That's racist.
Congratulations to the conquest.
Do you have an assassin sympathizer with you there, Falja? She's looking at Kellic.
No, he is. I have several newcomers to the desert with me. Strong warriors. Stronger than the other ones I brought to you before.
Strong warriors, you say?
Yes.
The high ground is good.
What this one said.
I will split your head in two with my axe.
Sound very confident. I like that.
I like you.
We shall put you in the arena, where you can celebrate your martial prowess.
I disagree.
Come, we can all train. Train together. Come back to our camp.
I disagree. She's like stroking Falja to like fix the situation. It's gone too far.
She's more like the Triton I brought you. Remember the blue-skinned one?
It has been many days, Falja.
Yeah, you will see what I mean when she stands by my side, I say, and put an arm around Dave. This one is special. The desert that loves her has blessed her with many things. You will see.
How many orcs are with this chieftain right now? What are we looking at?
This is just a small party. A small party has come to greet Falja. They see Falja as an ally. So there's only about 20 orcs as an entourage.
Okay.
And most of them, you can probably tell, are average warriors. The real threat in this party is the chieftain herself.
Mm-hmm.
The warband runs on strength.
Remember, I found those right adjacent to the old arena. I have taken good care of them. They're still alive after the days in the desert.
Yes, they have lasted longer than most.
And so my mother they will last even longer.
Yes, many of the offerings you bought before Falja did not last long at all, in the arena or in the world.
Those will. I feel there's something very, very special about those.
She sort of steps slightly closer for a second and almost whispers to Falja. They have immunity to damage? They're demigods?
Oh, I don't know about that, but they have survived things I did not thought possible. And since I have been with them, my power has grown, so that it pleases the desert that they are with me.
She claps her hand on your back. Then Fauja, it is time for you to enter the arena too.
We could do a team fight. My companions against your strongest.
No, not our strongest. We will treat you as though we are taking you into the warband proper. You will start with the young.
All right.
Kill them all.
You would insult us.
No.
You will see what I mean.
Be among us and be free.
So much of a challenge, then.
You will see. And she turns and starts walking. Do you have horses?
No, we don't.
Mm.
I don't use them. You know that.
This is true.
But some of us won't need horses, I say. And that is the moment when I step forth and transform. Before I transform, as my form is starting to shimmer like heat waves and the fire is blazing, I say, as I said, new powers. And then I transform into this ghoul, this giant lizard.
Oh. They all sort of... Fauja, is it truly you?
I bend down and I whisper something into Fauja's ear that is something along the lines of, tell them as much as you can, hang on. Tell them as much as you have to, but just as much. And then I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath on her. And for the next minute, she gets the ability to breathe fire, because I think that is thematic and Fauja.
Fantastic. So as soon as this settles in, I'm like opening my maw and looking. I'm not going to fry them, right? I will direct.
It's a 15-foot cone. You can direct it.
Yeah, I'm going to like just breathe fire.
Ha ha! This shall be a great arena. Come, let us go. We will march, men.
And I look down at Dave. With, I blow a plume of fire into the sky and then start to run.
And so the chieftain separates herself off. She goes to lead. You are left to trail behind or mingle with the orcs.
I turn and look at Kelleck and I say, well, might as well charge in. Roar!
You two go on ahead. I'll keep an eye on these two. And it's gonna nod towards Lucian and Lucian's mom.
Arta.
I've got him. I think he's just a bit tired.
It's perfectly fine. I'll take up the rear then.
You march.
Keeping a dead set eye on Lucian and his mom through this whole process.
So the whole time they're walking, Arta is whispering to Lucian's lolling head.
Perception check. Or, well, I shouldn't say that. Kellic would like to try to hear what they're talking about.
How do you
Or
do
try
this?
to listen in.
Just eavesdrop or do you challenge?
Eavesdrop. Or try to.
That would be a perception check.
Okay. Advantage on it. I'll spend it. Why not? Didn't need it. 24.
Yep, so there goes the advantage. And on a 24, you can hear her sort of saying things like, your father was kind. Brash, but kind. And the church has always been there for all of us. We maintain our piety and our faith, and hence our strength, even in this place where there seems to be no gods. Except that maybe there are some demons. And so on, so on.
Do I get the gist of like what his dad is from this conversation, or do I get any important bits of info besides that?
You can tell that she's trying to make amends,
Mm-hmm.
trying to convince maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and also that her father is estranged, but she doesn't make any direct references to who his father is.
Okay. This worries me.
Periodically, as I ride along on Falja's back, I kind of kick with my little birdie feet to make Falja rear and flamethrow because it just entertains the crap out of me that I now have the most fearsome mount in all of the desert. And sometimes I'll do like a minor illusion just to make it all the more dramatic. Just
Just
you know,
make it
extra flames in like purple and blue that just sprout out.
It's like the
alongside.
most badass metal concert you've ever been to.
Just like walking pyrotechnics right now. It's fine.
Sounds amazing.
Forja loves it. She's totally rearing and fire and
And
Yeah.
after the final kind of exhalation, because it only lasts for 1 minute, I'm gonna cast a minor illusion that looks like a smoke ring, and then I'm gonna quickly keep casting it so it's going higher and higher, and then I'm gonna turn it into a phoenix, a nice fire phoenix, and then I'll let that fade.
do the Ox see that?
Yeah, the orcs will see it, and several of them scratch their heads and sort of look at it. Some of them look over towards you, Falja.
Can I read their? Do they recognize the phoenix and what it means, or
They definitely recognize it's something that you would be involved with.
okay?
Like their faces are very much like looking towards Falja.
Okay. Okay. But it's not a negative reaction, right? It's just.
Not negative, more inquisitive.
Hmm.
Now, do you all have water?
Yes, Falja made us some, right?
I
Yeah.
did, and I put it in canteens. I'm not sure if they used up all the 10 gallons, but I would have done more in the morning when I created the good berries.
I feel like Falja keeps like an extra canteen just strapped to her for when Dave is done guzzling all of hers and gets thirsty later.
Yes. That sounds very, very likely, indeed.
So you can stay hydrated and make your way through the desert.
Oh, yes.
Um,
I take care of my guests and friends, even if my hospitality is only deemed adequate by some assassins.
Question: how tall are these orcs?
they range from about 6 to 7 feet.
Okay, so smaller than me. All right. Gotcha.
Some of them are 4 to 5 feet wide as well.
Interesting.
They don't skip leg day.
They don't skip leg day. They're just bricks down there, like.
Yeah, they're big guys. They're big.
Okay. No. Calix probably gonna get bored and is probably gonna try to, at the same time, trying to keep Lucian and his mom from talking too much to themselves, because he don't trust him right now. So he's gonna pull out the flute that he has, which is a very beaten old wooden flute that he hasn't used in a long time, but he crafted some years ago. That's gonna play a little bit of a tune on it. Nothing fancy or spectacular, but just kind of a slow, long tune.
You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Any particular sort of? Are you playing a jolly jingle? Are you playing something sad and morose?
It's more of a wandering song. It's more of it's got a few skips and a few beats to it, but it's kind of this melancholy. What does the horizon have in store for you? Sort of song.
And how do Dave and Falja react to this?
I'm going to walk in tune. Like, and I look at him first quizzically when I hear it first, because I'm not sure how much music Falja has heard besides her own singing. So she's, for a while, is walking close beside Kellic, and now then her tongue is tasting the air. She's looking at him playing, but she's, as I said, after a while picking up the tune, is like walking beside him walking in tune.
I'm just gonna flash up the fan art that Alice made as well.
Oh yeah, it's so
on stream.
amazing.
It
Thank
is
you so
amazing.
much.
Look at this.
I love it.
I
It's
need to
fading
see.
into the middle there. It's Falja.
on.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Wait for it to load.
And I love the fire and the
Yes.
water. This yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so
Oh
much.
wow, it's super cool.
Yeah, it is super
Awesome.
cool.
Ooh, that is awesome.
The
I'll
first
leave-
piece of fan art.
I know. We'll leave that up for a little bit whilst we carry on. But yeah, this walk is long. You have plenty of time to talk. The orcs leave you alone to yourselves mostly.
It's the backdrop of being an awesome mount that you can't stop. When you're in giant lizard forms, I can just snuffle and grunt.
Stop playing after a bit. Just kind of stow it away. Kind of rub my head. Look around the dunes. Is there anything nearby that's of interest, or is it all just sandy dunes at this point?
Sandy dunes in the far distance. You can see the Assassin's Hold forever sitting on the horizon. That tall tower. It's glowing slightly.
And just kind of reach up, kind of pat Dave on the shoulder, just like, hey. It's like the
Yes.
hold is glowing.
Yes.
Should we be concerned about that right now?
No.
Do you?
Maybe?
Right.
Do we see something in the air over the hold?
Um.
Or around it, just a glow?
No.
Looks like we got a new friend.
hmm.
No, nothing else there. No
Okay.
clues. Just
Do we get that it's a magic glow or more of a fiery glow? Or...
oh, it's a strange sort of glow, Kellic. It's sort of like an iridescent, almost ectoplasmic sort of glow.
Look down at my arms and my tattoos.
This glow is blue though.
Okay. I'm just gonna go out on a wing, and Kellic is going to look out into the air and say, "Well, I don't suppose you all have anything to say."
I look up.
You orcs.
In the air.
Hard to look at you strangely.
I suppose not.
Every tale has two sides.
Maybe we should stop. Meet them up at their arena.
Yes.
Well, what do you think, Lucian?
It's a long way away. The hold.
Okay.
A long way.
I shake my lizard head and
Falsha! No.
Chieftain,
Yes, assassin sympathizer.
you might want to send a few scouts out once you're back in your hold. It seems that the assassins have some kind of strange magic about it. Might be
Yes.
worth keeping an eye on.
Perhaps that is so.
Dave is having a nasty feeling that when she wild magic surged up to that orc camp and declared that assassins were afoot, this is probably some sort of outcome of that shit. Because she then vanished straight afterwards, and the hold wasn't that far away, right? Yeah, Dave's gonna feel a little bit guilty right now.
I suppose your people had something to do with that.
Perhaps they did.
And
We
I
had
took you
a
for a more
mess-
plain speaking person, not one that dances around a question.
I do not dance, but giving away plans is the best way to see them never happen. Especially battle plans.
Fair enough.
We had a visitor. A mystical creature visit us and tell us, give us the sign that it was a good time to attack the assassins.
What does this creature look like?
The orc said that she came and went within 10 minutes. He can barely remember.
And how do you know that it's a mystical creature then? Or
We
him having-
believe here, Kellic. We believe. We have faith in our ancestors.
Oh, you don't want to talk to me about ancestors, my friend.
A wicked little grin appears.
Forja in lizard form pats the sand that she's walking on, like saying, "I trust in my mother," but essentially agreeing with the ancestors thing. I would like, if we are passing through dunes, now and then I will make a very slight detour, going maybe a part way up where the others are not going up, and make a running jump down from dunes, so that if Dave spreads us her arms, she will feel like, I don't know, flying, maybe, because I know that she likes that so much.
So are we heading back the way that we were originally at? When we started this whole thing?
No,
Yeah.
no. The orcs are a nomadic band. They move around. And you are heading to yet another new section of the desert.
Kellic was hoping to see if he could find his mom's sword, but it looks like that's not going to be anything right now. It's going to sigh and kind of keep an eye on the landmarks around here, just in case he gets lost at some point.
So are we moving to another arena, not the one where Ariel, Selash, and the others were fighting in?
Are you asking me, or
I'm asking you, yes.
the DM, or the chieftain?
Forja can't speak at the moment. I just want to know if Forja recognized the direction. And I ask you, yes. The dungeon master.
I don't know how I feel about this. No, it's you're not sure.
Would you feel better if I rolled survival? to
They
see-
set up an arena in that one shot, I believe.
Oh, that was not a fest. Not Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
As
going
you
to-
continue
Roll
to roll,
survival.
as you continue to roll over the plains, soon a large stone building, like a coliseum, appears to your vision.
It's a bit of a permanent structure there, Fauja. I thought you said that these people were nomadic. Have you seen this place before?
Have I?
Possibly, yeah. This is where they hold the big celebrations. They return to where it all started.
But it's not a permanent residence, right? It's just a place like my cave,
Yeah.
or at least that's what I think. Most likely that they're just coming here now and then.
My friends, you now behold the training grounds.
Impressive. What do you use it for?
Weeding out the weak.
So it's like a little children's daycare.
You have a strange perception of daycare. But yes, why not?
Attempting to sound like she knows what's going on and like this whole thing wasn't her fault. She goes, impressive. Bowser, impressive.
Soon you are walking amongst tents. You have found the Orc warband. They are setting up near the training grounds. And Tahina, you will probably know that they only do this once every maybe 5 years or a decade.
Oh,
So this is a big deal.
so I'm going to shake myself a bit, look at Dave, and then kneel down, look at her again to say like, get down.
Dave huffs a little bit and then hops off. And then like swings her scarf over herself.
I'm going to sniff her and give her this little bump with my snout, and then I take 2 steps to the side and turn into fire again and take my original form. Shaking myself a bit.
I like you.
I like you too. That was fun. You gave me the breath of... I'm not even sure what it was, but it was like the phoenix itself was rising out of my snout. That was fun. You did
That was fun. Yes.
So, now that I have my voice back, this is not a permanent. It is a permanent structure, but they are not often here. They only do this every 5 years or so. I said to Kevin.
Wow.
It is a great honor.
It's a ritual place for them, then. Hollow
Yes.
ground.
It is.
Charlie, could you please roll me 2 rolls of... Oh, I've not got it open yet.
Uh-oh.
Who did this?
Who did this?
I believe it's like 278. I'm still working on it. There's a
It was
bunch
on
more.
274 last time, but I'll do 278 this time. We'll see.
Yeah, 278. I've got a few more to put in there.
278. You said 2, right?
Yep.
Great. That's 111 and 52.
Roll me 3d6.
Uh-oh. I didn't like the sound of that. 3d6. 13.
Oh, for about quarter of an hour, your arms are going to turn invisible.
Oh no. Oh no.
Is this a side effect of your spell work?
You've had this one before. Roll me another 3d. No, we'll use the same 3d6. During that time, your weapons become saucepans.
Roll you another. Sorry, what? 3d6.
That's okay. We'll use the same 3d6 for for the same amount of time. Your your weapons become frying pans.
Oopsie daisy.
Mhm. I look at you with.
I mean, luckily I only have like a dagger, and I can't remember what her other weapon is. I think it's a or is it a sword? Hang on 2 seconds, let me check. Oh, it's a short sword. So she has like a regular frying pan on one hip, like a tiny milk pan on the other hip, and no arms, no wings. Perfectly normal.
I get closer and I grab your shoulders. What is going on now?
Kellic is just gonna sigh and look away. What are the other orcs doing right now? Are they setting up tents? Are they setting up meal stalls? Like, what does this celebration look like?
No one looks to be celebrating. Everyone is either sharpening weapons, giving stern lectures, or looking extremely worriedly towards the Colosseum.
I'm gonna go up to one of the worried ones that are nearby. It's like, you! What's with the face? I thought this was supposed to be a celebration day for you.
Yes. We each celebrate in our own ways.
That's cryptic. What do you mean?
What do you mean? How do you celebrate?
Well, when a large event worth celebrating happens, my herd goes off into the mountains and hunts for days, bringing back deer and many prey. And
Deer? What's a deer?
it is a type of animal on 4 legs with. Some of them have antlers, which are like horns, tusks on their head.
Oh, he like
Yeah.
reaches down into a basket and pulls out a scorpion like this.
Think less leggy and about the size of a horse.
Yes, we have some the size of horses.
Right. Well, we usually eat and drink and dance and spar. That's how we celebrate. How do you orcs celebrate here?
This is the festival of strength. We celebrate in the arena.
Not sure. All right. Well, what exactly do you celebrate in the arena? Is it just fighting the whole time? Or?
Strength. Only the strong leave, and the warband is stronger. Hoorah!
What is the prize for winning?
Prize. You are alive.
Right. Kellic is starting to think like, maybe this isn't the type of people I'm into. They're honest, but they're not exactly the fun-loving type. So he's just kind of well, thank you. Good day. He's gonna turn back to the group.
He turns, looking still worried towards the arena.
What are you concerned about? Are you fighting?
No. I have done my fighting in the festival long ago.
But something plagues you. It's clear from your face.
My son, it is his 3rd fight.
His 3rd fight? Has he won the last 2?
No.
I'm guessing that if he loses his 3rd fight, there won't be a 4th fight. Am I right?
It's what the warband demands.
Could someone else take his place? Vouch for him and his strength.
Prove him weak? No. If he is weak, then the warband will be weak. It is only right to kill him, and those that created him.
You'll die as well.
The warband cannot be weak.
I wish him luck then.
I feel like Dave has been eavesdropping, like sneaking around with no arms and her 2 little clanky pants, and she goes, "Hoorah!" because it feels like the appropriate response to the end of the conversation.
As you say that, several other orcs take it up. Hoorah!
And I brandish I brandish the little milk pan, put the frying pan on my head. You can't see it, it's just 2 pans floating around, but it's fine.
Like Rayman.
Dave is ready for war. She's got her pans. She's got her fire-breathing lizard buddy, who's sometimes a woman. And she's got Kellic, and he's hardcore.
I'm gonna nod to her hesitantly and give him a just one of these, and I'm gonna turn back to the group and to whisper to Dave as we move. We might have a couple of issues.
Do you say it loud enough that I hear it as well?
No,
Because
just
I'm right
until
behind.
just to Dave until we come back to you guys.
I imagined being behind Dave, keeping an eye on her. Because last time she disappeared, it took her so long to come back. I'm afraid now that she will just poof away again.
Oopsie daisy.
Fauja, is there a place that we could talk privately as a group?
Well, I mean, imagine normally I would also trade my wares, right? Here. Is there some form of stall where I could pitch my tent and...
The war chief is still walking ahead.
Okay,
She sort of stops at a large tent and is looking back towards you.
okay. So I nod and move toward her.
Right. Got a bad feeling about this place.
You may use this tent, Fauja. You may trade as normal and your friends. This can be your place, your tent, as given by me.
You honor me and us. And I will present one of those. I gave her a new scimitar last time I met her. And I have one of those kukri-like daggers out and hold it to her as a guest gift. To go with the other weapon.
She draws it. Yes, this will do nicely. Should you wish to train, Fauja, or your friends, the Colosseum is yours. Speak to any of the orcs there, they will give you training ready for the battle. You have
I look at this.
until tomorrow evening.
To ready ourselves. Very good.
Is that when the fighting matches start, or do they start today?
They start tomorrow.
Also, when all this is over, I say and walk over to Kellic and then... Are you wearing the armor I made you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on him.
And I point at the whole ensemble and say, this is what I created last. If you need something like that, we can talk about that later.
It's like showing it off.
Ooh, shiny.
It is not only the weapon that helps in battle. Sometimes it helps to protect so you can go longer.
You sort of can, if you look at her, she's not really wearing any armor. She wears a light sash. It's sort of cloth-like. There's a few rips in it, but and her body is covered in scars. I will consider your words.
Do so. I would point at a scar that looks debilitating, something that if she took it, hurt a lot and made her fight, I don't know, more sloppy afterwards. And I say, it would prevent something like this. Imagine that.
No, this gave me the fuel to beat the Bone Thrasher.
You need to regale us with that tale, I think.
The Bone Thrasher is a long tale.
Then we will have to need lots of ale. Why you tell it?
It was my first arena. I was small, I don't know. And the war chief at the time, he liked to test the young with beasts as well as men. It was my first battle. My friend stabbed me in the arm to leave me as bait for the bone thrasher as it ran across on its huge mawing paws, its massive tail, its hide like 4 tents. It rashed across, ready to maul me. I took a stone from the ground, knocked one of its own teeth out.
You were not given weapons to fight such a beast.
I was.
One of your training weapons. Knowing quite well what they look like.
Sometimes it is better to think on the spot than go in with a plan. I broke off the tooth and rammed it in the creature's eye. I remember its wails for days.
You should have kept the tooth. What I could do with glass and a tooth.
You could make me something from the tooth.
Of course I could.
What could you make?
A weapon, of course.
What kind of weapon?
Maybe a lance. Or maybe a glaive. Or a spear. Depending on the tooth and the size and the shape.
Perhaps a hammer.
Oh. But I like things that are sharp better.
I know you do. It actually looks at her like body, which is just covered in like swords and daggers. But a hammer can be very useful. Sometimes you just need to crush things.
Bring me such a tooth, and I will make you a great, fearsome hammer.
I still have the tooth. I kept it. I will give it to you after the arena.
Do this, and I will create it.
I will leave you to train or study or whatever it is you do.
Yes. We want to see the grounds as well. Maybe we need to find a stone tomorrow when we fight. One never knows.
Dave in the background is doing like little knee to the chest movements and like pumping her little wings that no one can see. She's not scared anymore. She thinks this is going to be fun. Pausha seems in a good mood about it. How bad could it be?
Thank you, guys.
Star jumps.
Thank you very much to Karis, who donates £5 for Oh No, It Got Worse.
Oh
No, I think better, not worse.
no. Yes.
Charlie, as
Yes?
Dave is doing these weight lifts and stuff, you feel a twang in your arm as you pull a muscle.
Oh no.
And really, you just see Dave like weirdly shuffling because you can't see her wings. Like, oopsie daisy.
Oh.
The chieftain leaves.
Hmm. Are you all right? I asked Dave.
No.
Let me see. Let's go inside. I've never been in this tent. There are really weird things going on in the desert. So much has changed ever since the others and now you came.
Wow. Are these girls
Your place, your tent, given by me. As Charlie does the most appalling impression of an orc ever. He's the Irish. It's fine.
This might be a bit surprising. Are we all in a comfortable seated position?
I
Okay.
can adjust.
Okay. Oh god, what's
Is
going on?
River
Yes.
donates to make things better,
Wait, what?
but
Can you repeat?
only for Kellic.
Sorry, what?
That is very specific.
I
But
see how
still.
it is.
My.
Kellic,
Okay.
something
yeah.
about the heat, something about the sand, something about the people around you. All of a sudden, you feel stronger. Just as Falja and Dave feel weaker. Falja and Dave, could you each permanently reduce your strength by 1? And Kellic, could you increase your strength by 2?
Just so you know, my strength is now at 7.
Mine is also at 7.
Hey!
5. Ow!
Well,
Too strong.
So I guess I have 21 strength now.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
With a -2? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's -2. We've just both gone down a strength category.
Oh,
Like
I
I'm
feel
just
so
gonna
weak.
look at my muscles and they've like gotten bigger and I'm like, what?
Chosen does not always mean better.
Indeed.
I think that was a good combination of the good and bad things there. That worked out well.
Sure.
Well, did I do that? I hope not.
Did you do what, dear? I say as I.
I feel stronger and you don't look very good. We should probably get inside.
I feel a bit weak.
Sometimes you just need to crush things. Dave says approvingly of Kellic's new rippling muscles.
Oh yes. Maybe I stayed too long in the lizard form. I'm still not quite used to that. Maybe too much running up and down dunes.
I lean over to Falja and I give her a hug with my invisible arms. And I just
I
quietly go,
touched it. It's like, what?
Is the saucepan still on your head?
Yeah.
So, ping, at this moment in time, your arms appear and the saucepan turns back into a sword on your head.
I like sharp things better.
She laughs and takes the sword from your head and gives you a kiss on the cheek. I knew you and I were of a like mind.
And Dave will take her sword and put it back where it belongs in its sheath on her belt.
So let's go inside and find out what the tent of a chieftain of the orcs look like from the inside.
Oh, this isn't the chieftain's tent. This is a tent that she's given to you.
Ah, okay.
So it's more grandeur, but not her
Not
tent.
as great. Okay.
Oh, Falja, did you know that
Yes.
if the orcs fail a number of combats, they're killed
Yes.
and their families are killed?
Don't you remember that day on the rock? The orc children, they went to fight. They wanted to battle that sandworm. They only went there because we convinced them to. And that one that you insisted to take with us, had we not taken him with us, he would have been killed for his weakness.
It's not weakness, he's a child.
They don't see that like that here. As soon as they can stand and hold a weapon, they are grown-ups and they are warriors. Well, not grown-ups, but they are warriors. They are very different. Do you know? The desert is a very great and dangerous and lonely place sometimes. There's a reason why I prefer the solitude of the dunes to living with them. I think had I pressed for it, they might have taken me in. I'm not sure, they never asked. But I also never tried to get in. They are a cruel people. They don't know kindness. They try to purge it from their very being. That is what it makes so dangerous to deal with them. So you
Might
have
be.
to show your strength. And if you do a kindness, you have to hide it in cruelty. Last time when we came here, not here, but to the other arena, I convinced the chief that I wanted to hinder the others that I brought there with the magic I used. In truth, I tried to help them, but I had to cover it with cruelty and to make her think that it was not a kindness. They don't like that. So if you help one of us, if one of us falls, you have to help us in such a way that it does not seem like you're helping us.
Kill them all.
Yes, we will have to be swift and deadly. The faster we fell them and kill them, the better it will be, I think.
Food and ale, please.
I look around. Is there something to eat and something to drink inside the tent?
There is a small hamper which has some breads, hard breads,
Mhm.
and some water.
May have been a mistake to come here.
But you know, there are orcs on the pictograms. And you said that the wizard who brought you here was on them as well. Or at least you thought he might be the one, right? And you said
Maybe.
the stones looked like the entrance. And the only thing I know is the other ones that I found in the desert and brought to the orcs, after they finished the fight, the assassins had interrupted, but after the interruption was dealt with, they disappeared. They turned to water, some of them, or the only one that I really saw with my own eyes disappear. The others were just gone, but I think they went back. I'm not 100% sure, but pretty sure. And they fought and they went back. So maybe if you fight valiantly in the arena of the orcs, that might be the gateway back. They are somehow connected, maybe.
What happens if we fight people that are on their last fight? I will not be responsible for the deaths of families. Just so I
Well,
can survive. I'm not
We
doing
are not fighting children. We are going to fight
no
young
but
warriors, but I think the ones that are already, from the way she phrased it, can I gather that we are going to fight orcs that are part of the warband?
No.
No.
She
Okay.
said youths, most likely those who are getting towards their last fight, because they tend to be older.
Oh, I see.
if we kill them,
I
their
don't see what
families
the,
will be put to the sword.
if you kill them or other orcs kill them. What is the difference? If they are not a match for our strength.
I'm
If you fight in the arena, you will have to wound, and you most likely will have to kill to win. The others did it in the other fight, and they turned to water and left.
I'm doesn't matter to me if someone fights me on a field. It's man to man, but I will not condone a whole family being slaughtered just for one person. That's not how my herd did things. That's not how I will do things.
But Kelek, you are in the desert, and these are the orcs. You're not at home, and you're not with your herd. They have different traditions here.
And so I should just get rid of my sense of abilities then. Just toss them aside because I'm not at home. If I were to give that up now, I would be no better than a traitor to
So
my
you would
people.
rather sneak away now, not facing that challenge.
I would rather not have families put to the sword because of me.
They are put to the sword not because of you, but because this is how their society works. Do you
Well, then
think
they-
I like that they put those little kids up with swords and shields? No, most likely not shields, but swords. This is how they are. They have always been this way, and I don't think that someone on the outside can change it because
So
they
just
cherish
because-
it.
So just because it's the way it's always been, I should just ignore things. I spit at that idea.
Well, you can
That's a coward's words.
you can go and try, but I don't think that you will succeed in changing that.
We'll see.
It will only mean that they will do their very best to kill you.
Who is in charge of the laws here? Who records them?
Are there even people who record
The
laws
lawkeeper.
here? No.
So they have no laws.
Tahina
all.
will know there's only one law.
The strongest survives. Right? This is the orcs in a way. They take the desert to an extreme. In the desert, only the strong survive. And the orcs have made an art form out of this struggle for survival and for strength.
Dave is gonna take one of Kelleg's big hands in her wing hands and say, "It is written. You are my friend. Kill them all." Oopsie daisy. And then she mimes running away, and then she's gonna go back to her picnic and get on with dunking the bread in the water, having presented her plan to Kelleg for tomorrow.
You all set up. I'm going to take a walk, see what this structure of theirs is like. The grounds are like. I'm not going to have someone killed just because of some idiotic law. And he'll stalk out of the tent.
I turn to Falja and look sad and just say, "It is written."
So we've got a donation there for an advantage for the party on the next check. I'll just leave it floating in the middle. The next check one of us makes, you have an advantage.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Do you also want to leave? I asked Dave.
No. And she's continuing to eat her bread by like dunking it in water.
I am not happy with how things are either, but I am not an orc. And I don't want to meddle in their business too much. Do you really think that Kelleg could change that?
No.
I will sit down and my brow is furrowed, my hair is looking kind of subdued, and now and then there's a puff of smoke because it's such a dull colored flame. And I say, I had such weird dreams last night. And some of them even, I think the others had as well. And did you see the mark on Kelleg's face? I think that was one of the dreams manifesting or something. And in my dream, there was so much talk about running away and about fear as being maybe part of my anger and my problem with controlling the fire. And this might be something else, right?
The desert is your mother.
That she is, yes.
And she gives you a hug. Dave doesn't know what to say to make this better for anyone. But she's going to offer you some bread that's like just in her beak hanging out because she hadn't finished dunking it.
She's taking it and wraps 2 fingers around it, and you can see steam rising as she's toasting it between her fingers, and then...
Mmm, tasty.
Would you like some roasted bread?
Dave is going to grab her now non-saucepan dagger and slice a piece and hold it out.
And I'm roasting bread for Dave. Now and then sighing and starting with a conversation, and then noticing how uncomfortable it makes Dave.
Arthur will probably join as well. Arthur will probably join. Perhaps I could have a piece of toast?
Oh. here.
Thank you.
It is not my roof, but be my guest.
Shame there's no butter.
No, all red vegetables. Did you ever have those? They are nice. I liked them. How do you feel about this? What was your place with the merchants, if I might ask? You were also a prisoner?
Yes. Prisoner come healer.
Hmm.
It was not pleasant.
I only saw Akil, but I only saw Clay. But was there a man by the name of Akil?
Sorry, say one more time.
I said we only saw Clay, and he had obviously taken command of the merchants. But was there another man?
Akil?
Yes.
Yes, he was the man I tended to in that cell.
Akil was there?
He was on the table. He was dead.
What killed him?
Clay.
Oh,
I guess it was as you arrived. He walked into the chamber to prepare it for new guests. And he prepared it by thrusting the blade into Akil's throat. I had worked for weeks trying to stabilize him from the burns.
the burns, you say. I've heard stories about this. You must have heard stories as well.
I've heard stories of you, yes, Fauja.
Yes.
The burns that you lay on his chest and on his face that was slowly killing him.
I had not known that. I thought.
Wow.
Never
Other
mind what I
skulls
thought.
for me?
I learned later,
Thank you.
much later, that those burns kept on burning. That was not what I intended.
Heat doesn't always stop when you turn off the
The
magic
source?
that powers it.
Yeah.
Especially in a place like this.
I think Mother, maybe, I don't know. I was so angry at him and so hurt.
And Fauja, you have 2 nat 20s
Thank you!
and a roll of 1d78.
1d78.
1d278, sorry.
Okay, roll 1d278, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. So 174, please, Kret.
You have another 2d6 to use on attack damage. You can choose when you use it.
Oh, 2d6, okay.
It's only a one-time thing.
It's basically like a bardic inspiration, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's also on damage? Or is it
Just
on
damage. Just
It's
damage.
the damage. All right.
So let's pan
Right.
across to Kellic, shall we?
Mhm.
Kellic, where do you go?
I'm going back to that orc that I was talking to before. Is he still there? What's your name, friend?
Brockman.
Kellic.
Kellic. Strong name.
I have a question for you.
Mm.
How does one challenge an orc here in a way that they cannot refuse?
Punch him, stab him. They will be ready, always.
If I were to challenge somebody, tell them to face me in combat on the morrow, would they accept?
Possibly not. We fight when we fight. We do not plan fights, except for the arena. And the arena is about strength, not petty quarrels.
What is the most insulting thing someone can do to your kind.
He turns to look at you, and his eyes narrow. I do not like your line of questioning. Where do you go with this?
Do you care for your son?
If he is strong.
Do you still care for him, even if he wasn't strong?
If he
Would
is
you
not
teach him?
strong, he does not belong in the warband. If I cannot produce strong, I do not belong in the warband.
I want to see if he's. I want to see if he's earnest about that, or if he's just saying that because that's what he's grown up with, and
Yeah.
he's scared for his kid.
Sure.
Okay, insight. 23.
On a 23, he says it with the burning intensity of a fanatic. He believes.
I turn around. Is the rest of his family nearby?
No.
Thank you for your time.
Be careful, Kellic. Challenge the wrong person and you may die.
That's how it is with challenges, isn't it? Every fight might be my last.
We believe in strength, but we are not fools.
I'm gonna nod, give him a, and turn around, and I'm gonna walk towards the arena, but I want to specifically keep an eye on anyone who's not the largest warrior, like children, house, like cooks, and just anything that he wants to try and find somebody who looks legitimately scared and uncomfortable with the fact that all these fights are about to happen. Like, he needs something.
So what are you looking for? You're looking for someone who's not
So
a
it's-
warrior.
Well, he's looking for someone who's not as fanatical. Maybe there's somebody who's crying, or maybe there's like people trying to comfort each other. Something.
No. No. As you look around, you can see anyone cooking has an axe rested in the sand next to them. There's no one comforting anyone. A few people look across to the arena a few times. Most of them either sharpening a blade or slaking their thirst.
Okay, so the prevailing notion I get from the group is that they're perfectly fine with all this. Okay, so he's gonna go inside the arena. Are there stands on this thing? Are there like little stairs up?
There are, yeah.
Okay.
Many stands.
Okay. He's gonna go up a few of them. Go up to as far as he can get. And he's gonna sit down, pull out his little incense bowl, light it. He's going to kind of breathe in, and he's gonna try to commune with his ancestors. try to get something. Somebody. He's gonna say, I see these people. They're strong. There's cruelty here. Our herd was strong, but we do not do this to our own.
Perhaps
I go-
I should have been stricter. Maybe then you would not have lost my sword. As you turn, you'll see your mother sitting on the bleachers behind you.
Mother, what are you... How are you here? You're still alive, aren't you?
You've been gone a long time, Carrick.
No. It's only been a few years. You were strong and hale.
I fell ill.
Wow, all this gold is for me? Thank you, you guys.
I should have come home.
Do not talk such rot, Kellic. You have your own path to walk.
What path is this?
A path?
It's not a path. You tell me better than this. This is... If I go into that arena tomorrow, families will die because of me. It's not our way.
Well, what would you do?
I would challenge the chieftain.
Chieftain is strong. Much stronger than you. You will die.
You can't
How
know
have
that.
you helped? How have you helped the situation?
What am I supposed to do, Mother?
Stay true to yourself and survive, Kellic. You cannot make change in a day. You cannot make a culture change in a day. You cannot change a people in a day.
And I cannot have families murdered in cold blood. I cannot just sit by. Fauja says it's the way of this land, but just because it is so doesn't mean that it's right. And I will not be a part of that. I will not end families just so I can survive. I will
Then
protect, but I won't.
I would suggest that you find a way to leave, Kellic. Look at them. You cannot change things in a day. And if you try to change things, you will likely die. I taught you to think with your head as well as your sword arm.
But if I leave the same outcome, those families will die. Someone else's maybe, but they'll still die.
And look at the people. Do any of them complain?
Perhaps they don't know any other way.
Perhaps
If
that
this
is
is all they've known. It's... We would have done this to them. We help our own. We help our weak. Because there's promise in that.
Yes, we do. Do you think we always did that? Do you think it happened that one day we said, hey, from now on we help all our weak? Do you remember learning the bow?
I wasn't very good at it.
No. You were awful. Did you learn the bow in the first day?
No.
Why didn't you learn the bow in the first day? You picked up the sword much better.
It felt. The sword felt natural to me.
Yes, because every day as a child you would be holding up sticks and waving them round, or using wooden swords and fighting with your imaginary foes, or any other number of things. It was your culture, Kellic. Every day you worked the sword, and when you first picked it up, it was like you had always held a sword. You are trying to teach these people the bow. They have never held a bow before in their lives.
Then how do I start them on the bow in the first place?
Same way I did with you. Beat them about the head with it every day until they get at least some semblance of understanding and then give up. She begins to laugh. It's a warm laugh. It's a laugh you'll recognize from your childhood. Come, Kellic, you get your head so wrapped up with all of these problems that are not your own. I agree. Their ideals do not fall in line with ours. But is it up to you to solve every problem on every plane? We're not even on our plane.
Is it so bad to want to make things better, though?
It's not bad to want to make things better, Kellic, until it starts to affect you. Look at yourself. When is the last time you laughed?
Spent these past few days feeling like I'm about to break. I don't know what part of me is anymore. Protector, warrior, savage. I don't want to be a bad person. And I don't want to see bad things happen to good people, or those that do not deserve bad things.
I agree. What you do that defines you. I agree. But do not throw your life away for another man's cause. Especially if no one else supports that cause.
Can't you think I can just save at least one?
You have saved one.
Who?
The orc boy.
Still lives.
Yes?
I shouldn't have left him. Everything got so quickly that I just...
He will need your help in the future. I cannot say much more than that without breaking the pale.
We'll need to leave, find him. Need to find the assassins here that they've captured. Get them out of here.
She rests her hand on your shoulder. Kellic, things will come right. Do not try too hard to do everything. Remember who you are. Remember the things that are important to you and try to stick to them as best as you can. But do not throw your life away. And with that, she gives you a little slap around the back of the head that you'll fondly recall from being a child. I must go now. I'm going to go and talk with Ahmed once more. He has such interesting tales about you. And she begins to walk away.
Mother,
Yes?
did you die alone?
No.
I'm sorry. I'll find the sword.
Do not worry about it, Kellic. Stick to your principles, but do not throw your life away for a sword, for someone else's principles, for someone that you do not know or even truly care about. Be a good man as best as you can. As best as you can. Not what your best image of yourself thinks you can.
All right.
I'll see you on the other side, Kalik.
Keep my fire going for me. You promised, after all.
Always. And she fades as she walks away.
He's gonna rub his arm on his eyes. He's gonna look around at the arena for a moment. He's gonna pack up his things and head back to the others.
Do you study the people in the arena at all?
Yeah, I'll study them.
Most are young, youthful orcs. They have there's a large array of different styles being displayed down there. Some are rolling around using bows and arrows in cover to hit targets. Others are just smashing things with heavy weapons. Some fence with blade masters and the likes.
He'll pause, look around, and head down to the arena floor. He'll give them all a nod. And if you wish to spar.
A young orc walks over to you. He had been sitting by a wall.
Mhm.
He draws a two-handed sword that is actually a long sword, but it looks like a two-handed sword in his hands. I will fight you.
How old is he? How old does he look?
How good are you at telling orc ages?
I have no idea. I mean, he's met orcs before. Reasonable, I would say. Maybe not if, like, he can't probably tell the difference between 5 or 6, but he could probably tell the difference between like a 5 and an 8-year-old.
Well, if you know anything about orcs, you may know that they grow fast.
Mm-hmm.
By around 12 to 13, they look like a full adult.
Mhm.
This orc does not look like an adult.
Do you know how to use that thing?
Probably better than you.
I'm gonna look at the blade. Is it sharp or is it a training sword?
It's sharp.
He pulls out his axe, looks at it. Say you to a round of hand-to-hand first. So we can test each other's metal.
I have to train for the arena tomorrow. I have no time for hand-to-hand. We fight without damaging. We make no killing blows, only flesh wounds. If you have the skill.
I have the skill. Show me what you can do, young one.
Why don't we roll some initiative?
Okay. 7. Kid
On a
goes
s-
first.
On a 17, he rushes you.
Okay. That hits.
Dealing
Not bad, kid.
8 slashing damage.
8 slashing. I'm gonna use my Stone's Endurance. Just kind of. 12. plus is it Constitution score? 10. So it doesn't do anything. It just kind of hits the skin and goes. Shh.
Just scrapes along your skin as he makes a mark.
Kellic is going to nod him good, and he's going to flip his axe around so it's the blunt end of the the staff. It's going to try to whack him on the side with it. Oh,
Please roll that damage.
okay, that is okay. So without the fire, that is 15 bludgeoning, or non-lethal anyway.
You knock the child clean out.
I'm gonna look around. Is anybody upset about that?
Nope.
I'm gonna
No
put the
one's-
axe away.
Even surprised.
I'm gonna put the axe away. I'm gonna lean down at the kid. Is he like out?
You've knocked him clean out.
And I'm gonna grab my water skin. I'm gonna slap him across the face a couple times. Psh, psh, psh. Hey,
A large orc grabs you by the shoulder and pulls you off him. What are you doing?
I'm waking him up.
Why? You taught him his lesson. Now he must rest.
He needs all the lessons he can get.
Between me and you, I would not waste my time with that one.
Why would you say that?
Look at him, he is weak. Everyone has their chance until the arena days, and you can never tell. But look at him.
This is my choice. To spot with this one.
You can waste your day as you see fit. Ha! And he hobbles off towards some more kids that are training. The child is sort of getting up where you were slapping his face and dousing his...
So you're right.
Ha!
You're right.
Always! I am fine! Ready for round 2.
All right. I will let you know something. You have good form, but when you swung, you left your side wide open.
You got a lucky shot.
We'll try it again. See what happens.
Indeed. This time, stunned, you get the initiative.
He's going to instead, because his axe is like he didn't take it out yet. He's going to get into a fighter stance, bringing his form close to get together so that there's less of a target to strike. And he's going to step forward 1-2, and he's going to try to punch the kid in the gut.
Uh-huh.
This was unarmed, so it's just going to be 20 plus 5. 20 to hit.
It hits.
And it's going to be that's going to be 6 bludgeoning.
The child falls to the floor as it curls up on its stomach, throws up, and passes out.
I get just 1. And he's going to drag the kid to the wall, just prop him up, and he's gonna splash his face with water. Shh.
A lucky shot.
That's twice in a row then.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not lucky.
I'll get you this time.
I'm wide open.
The kid tries to stand. He has
He's
no
gonna,
HP.
like-
He has nothing.
He's just gonna like make him sit down. You got spirit. That's good. But you won't win a fight just by rushing in or letting your guard down like that. It was easy to get that punch in.
You did something funny.
What do you mean?
You tricked me somehow.
No tricks. Only my fist and my axe.
I'll beat you this time.
You need some rest. Are you hungry?
No,
You're hungry, aren't you?
I need nothing from you.
Well, if that's the case, then I might just go back to my tent. There's a lovely amount of bread. I'm sure that my companions are cooking some scorpions up as we speak. And might even have some ale.
Go enjoy your ale. He spits at your feet,
I
using
want to insight
his sword to try and stand back up again.
check the kid, see if he's hungry, or if he's just putting up a face. $20.
Yeah, of course the kid's hungry. He just doesn't want anything from you.
I'm gonna hand him the water skin.
He feebly tries to slap it out of your hands.
Drink. Don't be foolish.
I do not need your assistance. I can beat you.
And you just threw up the contents of your gut onto the sand. Drink. It won't be worth a fight if you don't have some strength in you.
He looks at you begrudgingly. And snatches the canteen and drinks just once. See y'all better.
Come. Eat some bread.
No, I am ready for another fight. The arena is tomorrow. I must train.
Is this your third time? Your third fight?
I beat you this time.
That's not an answer to my question. Is this your third time?
Yes.
What is your father's name?
Does not matter. All that matters is the arena. All that matters is strength. Hoorah!
You have spirit, and we'll give you that. Let me teach you a couple things before we spar. It'll help.
Teach me. I need not to learn from you. Look at you. You don't even wield a two-handed sword. You wield a great axe.
Is there a two-handed sword nearby?
The rack.
I go to the rack. I pick up one. Is it a good heft? Is it balanced?
No, but close enough.
Scrat, how long has this been going on?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, a fair while. A fair while.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm pretty sure like Dave and Fauja would start getting worried after a little while, considering the state that Kellic left in.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Whilst you begin,
That wasn't meant as like a please stop doing the scene. That was just
No,
where
I
are
totally
we at
understand.
in the...
But I think if you guys are starting to get concerned about Kellic, then we should pan back and see what you guys would do. Even if it's just to confirm that you'll sit and wait or go and look for him, because you may invade the scene shortly. So Kellic, we'll leave you there balancing the sword, and we'll go back to Fauja and Dave in the tent. It's been a while. Sun's starting to
Yeah.
set.
Kellic has not returned yet. Do you think he's doing something rash?
Yes.
maybe we should. It can't be too bad. You don't hear cries of battle outside, right? How bad can it be? I mean,
I say that all the time.
last time we were we were not together. You got stabbed and Lucian got kidnapped. So I look at Lucian and his mother. Do you think if we leave you to look for Kellic, you can stay safe? No escapades?
Come, let us go. We march then.
All right. And I follow Dave. Looking for signs of trouble, for yells, battle, or anything. Raucous orc laughter after they have slaughtered our friend or something like that.
Nah,
Kellic?
you come across a small tussle between two orcs. They are fighting nearby.
You just hear Dave shouting Kellic in Fauja's voice just over and over. He tries to find Kellic.
And I follow her and look around, trying to see her, to see Kellic, and look at the orcs hustling and think, what else is
Orcs.
new?
Yeah.
Yes. Looking at their form, maybe thinking, are they good fighters or not? But
It's an interesting fight. It's a fight between a very young orc and an old orc who is probably as broad as he is tall. This young orc is clearly very fresh from the arena. He wears the warband token, so he's clearly passed through the arena, and probably on one of his first or second attempts because he is young. And this large, sort of, we're talking 5 foot wide by 5 foot tall orc has made a comment about the young or something, and he has immediately challenged him.
I see.
And as they challenge, the large orc goes to swing a massive fist at this small orc. And the small orc dodges out of the way, ducking under the punch and getting several strikes into his gut before he turns around again. But they're not particularly damaging. The fight proceeds with the young orc winning, but it's very close. Both are bloodied by the end of it.
Okay. But the old orc will survive, right? He's not going to kill him, or is he? To prove a point.
No, in the end, the young orc gets the older orc in a chokehold. He's got that vice-like elbow grip around his throat. The big orc just can't get his massive arms to this tiny thing, and eventually just sort of passes out on the ground.
I see. I just look at this and find it back for later in case we encounter this young orc again, but...
Yeah,
I'm
the
not
young
going
orc, the only thing he says, like, he spits on the older orc and said, "We respect only strength."
So it's just reconfirming. And I follow Dave right through the crowd, looking for Kellic.
Dave just continues like waddling through, yelling his name, making general like statements of things he said to try and just catch his attention if he's out there listening.
Are you walking towards
Just kind
the
of
arena?
wading through.
Yes,
Yeah, so.
absolutely.
There's no answer from in the camp.
Then let's go inside, see if he's in there. If he truly challenged someone.
Kellic, as you are selecting swords, you can hear cries of Kellic coming from Fauja, and get to the high ground and other such things in your own voice.
The high ground is always good.
It's gonna perk up with that. It's gonna do a long, just like a whistle,
Rip headphone
Sorry.
users.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, ah.
Sorry, I'm sorry. But he's gonna like he's gonna expect them soon, so he's just gonna go up to the orc kid.
Okay.
So it's like when you swing your sword, you put all your strength into it, which is good.
He attacks.
Well, okay. That hits.
This time I have you.
He's just gonna try to he'll take the blow and just kind of like try to shove him into the dirt.
Give me an athletics check.
Yep. 18.
Yeah, that advantage that was for anyone's definitely been used up by now. All the rolls have been scaled to the left, so. Yep, you push him to the ground.
He's like, it's a good blow, but you are too earnest. You leave yourself open. A bit bigger opponent can take the blow and do that to you. You wield that sword like a club, but it's also your defense.
He snarls and rushes you again.
That hits. Kid can hit. 15? Yep.
Every
Take that.
strike hits you. There is nothing wrong with my form.
He's going to, I think in this case, he's going to take his axe again, and he's going to try to sweep the kid's feet out from under him. Is that athletics, or what would you say that would be?
Go for a weapon attack. But you know what? You've got a load of negative things that we haven't used, so I'm going to give you a disadvantage on this one.
Okay. This is nat 1.
He jumps over the swinging axe and tries to raise his sword, but he's sort of thrown off from the imbalance.
I kind of knock it away with a hand.
Tahina and Dave, Falja and Dave, you walk into the arena to see Kellic fighting with a young orc.
Ah, and there he is.
What am I going to do with all of you?
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna stare at them because I want to keep an eye on this kid.
Don't break his concentration, I say to Dave.
But he's going to take the great sword that he has in one hand, put the axe on the ground. He's going to try to step in and wrap the kid across the head with the great sword.
What, flat of the blade or pommel strike? Or?
Flat of the blade, just like thunk. So 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Do 16. He's not trying to knock him out though. He's just trying to get him dazed.
You never healed this kid, Kellic.
I'm not trying to it's like I'm trying to do non-lethal.
Okay, you non-lethally knock him unconscious with the knowledge that if you'd have turned the blade even slightly, you would have true killed him.
Falja?
Yes.
You see, like, Kellic brutally, like, demolish his
Dave,
child.
like, marches over there and pokes him as hard as she can in the back, and she's
I'm
like,
not this.
what am I going to do with all of you?
What are you doing,
I'm-
Kellic Bone Walker?
Like, hold on. He's not
Keep
trying to
him
like hurt this kid. He's trying to like teach him so he's not savagely trying to knock him over the head.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a lot of damage. How are you describing this
Well,
away
I mean,
for us?
like, never mind. It's fine.
he just looks at them. It's like, just trying to teach the kid. He's got promise. Gave me this, and he got the scar, the cut that's on his chest right now. It's kind of deep.
I can see that. Mostly on your arms, right? Because you are wearing an armor.
Well, that's
Or
true.
has it penetrated the arm?
Dave is going to dig through Valja's pockets for the good berries
I let her do it. I'll
And-
allow it.
and get chewing and perform her standard baby bird maneuver to try and help the orc. Because she has no idea what's going on here. She's sure Kellic isn't trying to kill him, but there's someone unconscious, so you know. EMT Dave kicks in.
And
Fauja,
now,
if you could help him up, I'd appreciate it. I'm not one for tending wounds aside from cuts.
I look over the kid. Does it look like the bird feed method is enough to get him up again? I could roll medicine, right?
Yeah, you can get him up, but just barely.
When I touch him and help him up, against my better wisdom, Forja's better wisdom, she's going to grab his arm and cast Cure Wounds on the kid. While she's touching him. And because I'm blessed, I also get a d6 on top of that. So he heals for 16 points as the warmth of Forja's touch is pouring into his body.
Okay, so the kid sort of gets up, and you can see all of the blood and everything move away as you basically completely put him back to full health. Dave, what was that for?
I realized that earlier I did a level 2 spell and I didn't roll my wild magic surge, so I was just double checking.
And that's a nat 20, isn't it?
What
So
does
that's
that
fine.
mean?
Oh
It's
yeah, it's
a-
only nat 1s, isn't it?
It's not once, or if you do it the way most DMs I've played with have done it, is it's the level of the spell. So it could, so if I was rolling a 2 spell, it would be a 2 or a 1. Because
I
it
like
gives more chance for it to happen.
Hmm.
But it's up to you. But I just thought I'd better check. Since Dave is very upset and angry, it seemed like a good point just in case the wild magic surge did go off.
So I'm guessing Kellic looks frustrated and angry.
A little bit, yes.
I try to pull the orc boy to his feet, but I'm now so weak. I'm not sure it makes a difference as I
Looking
pull.
around, do I see people watching us? Or orcs watching us? Scrap?
There won't be anyone watching as such. There are people around.
Okay, since I heard all that Falja said earlier about like the way the sieve works, I'm gonna pull my sword and I'm gonna point it at Kellic and challenge him to a duel.
It's not what I'm trying. Sure. He'll kind of sigh and just like toss his blade to the side and get into a fighter stance.
And I go, hoorah! Because that seems to be the way to do it around here.
PvP, you guys can resolve.
Okay.
Dave is not out to actually hurt Kellic, and I'm not convinced how well she knows how to use this sword. But it's just mostly to keep it look like we're practicing, and you know this is normal. And Falja's not hurting the injured, helping the injured boy. This is just, you know, next fighter up. Look at the bird go.
And the scene will sort of continue from there. There'll be as Dave and Kellic sort of spar, and the creates cover for Falja to heal the orc boy. Things sort of resolve themselves. You guys don't fight to hurt each other. You just, you know, make a show of it. And before we know it, we're back in the tent at the end of the evening. All of you returning to the tent.
Okay.
Back at camp. discussing the events that have happened.
So, what is the conclusion that you have drawn? If you did come to a conclusion. You have seen more of the orcs now and of their ways. You've seen how young those are that are fighting in the arena. Have you looked around? Have you seen them tussle even at camp?
I've seen them.
They are merciless as the noon sun. They are as merciless as a scorpion sting. There is no room for kindness or weakness or softness in them.
Don't agree with that, but we need to figure out what the assassins they have are kept. I want the boy on our team tomorrow.
Do you still plan to fight?
I don't know.
There are other ways. They are not. They are different. Less honorable, maybe. Less cruel, maybe.
Could be the roof mistress. Could be Hadisha.
Yes. Could anyone. It also could be Rahim.
Maybe. So we should see if we should help,
could
or if
be
there's
the
a way
one-
to.
It could be the ones that stabbed Dave in her. And
Well, we
almost.
won't know that, Fauja, until we find
Don't
out,
know.
will we?
No, I'm just pointing that out.
Okay, then the only way that we are going to find out is by finding out.
One question, if I may. Do you know why they call the assassins the assassins?
Why do they call them that, Fauja?
Do you know what it means? That means that word.
Yes, I know what it means.
Ah. They are cruel in a different way. Also formed by my mother.
Dave is like looking between them and she's really dying to know what assassins mean. She's like feeling like the only one who doesn't know a big secret here.
You saw how they fought, right? Did you think that their skill with the blade and the spear stems from nothing? They might not be as cruel as the orcs. I don't think that they kill the children, but they train them. Look at how young Hadija was and how well she wielded that spear. Look at how deadly afraid she was of her own powers, something that's so natural like breathing, the magic flowing through her veins. You know what some assassins would do with her? I'm not sure with Ilyena. Ilyena was
Gotcha.
different.
The orc boy that we left is still alive.
How do you know?
My mother came to me.
Your mother came to you? And I look around, looking at Arta.
She's dead.
I'm very sorry.
I don't need your pity right now.
Well then, what else has she said to you? And her sparking.
Boys probably still at the assassins. Can't help these people. Not in a day. Can't change their society. That's fine. I accept that.
Maybe tomorrow.
I'm not fighting. Unless it's to keep that boy in there alive. If we fight, he fights with us. That's my terms on it.
Well, the last time I checked, when we were talking, we came here because Lucian and you as well thought that this might be the gateway to home. Has this changed?
Sorry, can you say that again? Sorry.
I said, last time we spoke, Lucian and you were of the mind that this is a way to get home. That the orcs are the key to it all because of the pictograms and of the stone door with the weird magic. Has that changed now? Is
Find
this
out
no
the info-
longer about you getting home?
I don't know.
Oh,
But you find the information that you want to find out.
I promised
to go
help
save.
you go home, and that is why I am here.
And find the information you need. Decide a plan. I'll go with what is you decide, but if we fight, that boy in there fights with us.
we fight. Home?
It is funny. You saying what I decide. You talked with Ahmed, and the group decided to go to the assassins. And then last time we talked, you decided you want to go to the orcs because you want to try this as a way home. And now it is what I decide.
I don't know what you want from me, Fauja.
I want to know what the plan is. I have not been calling the shots here. I saw the phoenix, I found you, I helped you. You decided to go the assassins and I followed, and I tried my best to protect you from the harshness of this world. It might not seem a great job considering how often you have been felled, but I kept you fed and I kept you with water to drink, and I really tried my best to keep the wild magic controlled. I know that you have been marked by my magic in some unknown and weird way, and I'm very, very, very sorry about that. But now I am confused. So far, all of you said you wanted to go home. That was what you wanted to do. And the prophecy, to me, it seemed like it was only the way home for you, because you thought that if you were chosen and if the prophecy were fulfilled, that would bring you home. But things have changed, and I don't understand.
Right now, all I care about is making sure that orc child we left behind is safe. If we can't help the assassins here, or if they turn out to be enemies, then we leave them.
So you want to look for the assassins, free them, and go to the little orc boy. And then what?
And then figure out our next plan from there.
What are you thinking, Dave? Do you also want... I mean, we can look for the assassins and see how they are held, but orcs hate assassins with the passion of 1,000 suns. That they are still alive is only because of the ritual. You know that. Or no, you don't. You are not from around here. But they will be very well guarded. Last time, when the fight in the arena happened, 2 of the assassins escaped, and I'm not sure they got them. Or maybe those are the 2 they got. I don't know anymore. But they were very upset about it, and that is why there was conflict and strife between me and them when we first met.
Assassin, you are my friend. Orcs, you are my friend. Dave is so confused about whose side she's meant to be on.
Arthur walks forward. Excuse me, Dave, Fauja, could we converse for a moment about Lucian?
Oh, of course. Oh no, did he change again? I say and hold the hand to my belly in an unconscious move. What is it?
I am concerned. He doesn't normally be so vacant. It's like his it's like the stupa has fallen over him.
I instantly go to Fauja's bag, go looking for a good berry.
Depending on how much you took, there are still berries left.
Well, I imagine she only took like 1 or 2 for the orc boy because she was just like
Then there will be more in there.
She just do the same baby bird technique on Lucian. This is
So
Dave's crisis reaction.
is Lucian unconscious right now, unresponsive, or just I don't know, catatonic, or what is going on?
He just looks sunstruck.
Can I do I don't know, nature or medicine or maybe arcana to find out if this is the aftermath of the strange magic, maybe?
Yeah, of course.
All right, then. I think I go with arcana here.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Oh, I'm an idiot. I have so many net 20s and advantages, although the advantages would not have helped here, right?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I don't
Can
know.
Dave inspect? So she's like right up close and personal with Lucian right now.
Sorry.
Can I check out Lucian while I'm busy baby
Yeah,
birding him?
of course you can.
Okay. Medicine, I guess. Oh, if only I had advantage. Dave could have known something. Maybe.
Well, I mean, you do have an advantage sitting there. You can use it if
I
you
do?
like.
Oh, I didn't know I had one.
Yeah, you've got 2 nat 20s and
Oh.
advantage. Fal's just
I
got 2
didn't
nat
know.
20s and 2 advantages. Sorry, I
Could
thought you guys
I-
could see stream.
I wasn't sorry. I don't have that bit open at the moment. Can I use my advantage? I didn't know.
Yeah, of course you can.
Is that okay? Is that really cheesy?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's a
So
little
I
there.
didn't
We'll
know
let it slide.
Well,
So-
if I'd have known I had one, I would have called it before I did it.
Of course. So Lucian is just sunstricken.
Dave is gonna go over to that little picnic basket and find like the dregs of the water remaining from when she was kind of feasting and just pour it on his head.
And he immediately begins to cool. And Arta looks to you and says, "You know what's wrong with him?"
He's like Phoenix rising. And then she's gonna fan herself.
He's going to die?
No!
Is it heat?
Yes.
I will wet more cloths and put it around him. And Druid craft a slight breeze to help with the cooling effect of the wet cloth.
And I look at Arta and I say, "A shame there is no butter."
She steps away from Dave and sort of leans to Falja and says,
Her voice has been stolen. She only can use the voice of others and what she heard.
"Oh,
It is strange magic. But she has a good heart. There's a bit of the desert in her, but the good part.
okay." And she sort of steps closer to Dave once more.
I am gonna take Arta's hand in my little wing hand and bring it down onto Lucian's head and then pat it, like as if to say, do the thing with the butter. Meaning, you know, do something that we can't do. That's her like implication.
You said you were a healer, right? They kept you as healer. Can you help him not? You don't know what is wrong with you.
I only have the skills I learnt in life. I no longer have the magics like your berries. Falja.
Oh, you mean that that the magic, the healing magic would help?
Possibly.
I will place my. I'm like. And then I touch his hand. And look slightly uncomfortable. And I cast Cure Wounds at on Lucian. At level 1. And I'm also going to use my blessing. So he would regain 10 hit points if that is what's wrong with him, basically. So this glow of healing magic surrounds my hand and the warmth seeps into his body. The warmth of magic, of healing magic.
He sort of.
Are you okay? What is the matter?
Oh, I'll be fine. Thanks.
You don't look fine to me.
No, really. I'll be okay.
Do you need rest?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a
Like-
rest.
Maybe drink something and try to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
I hand him my water skin. It's my emergency reserve for Dave. But he looks like he.
So we're actually gonna modify the scene a moment ago just a little bit. Instead of Kellic knocking the kid out and us leaving unhappy, Kellic is actually going to have taught the kid a few techniques. Okay? We're going to... Kellic's going to have taught the kid a few techniques, and he would have probably have perhaps gained some sort of mild friendship with him by the end of that scene, if that's okay with everyone.
Dave still wants to duel Kellic to cover while Falja patches up the kid from the bumps and scrapes of the lessons.
That's fine.
But now here we are back in the tent, and Lucian is sort of like getting ready to go rest again, and you guys are free to converse once more.
I look conspiratorially between Falja and Kellic, and I wave them over away from Arta and Lucian, and I say, "There are assassins afoot." And I
Shall
go,
we
"Peekaboo."
look at them? We can try to find out where they are. Maybe we could fashion a story, because I'm not very good at sneaking around, as you saw.
I minor illusion a rock in front of myself and duck.
Yeah, no, you are great with that. But usually when I'm here, I oversee the fighting. Maybe we could say that we just want to see them and examine them if they are, I don't know, proper and worthy or something.
Maybe you tell the gods that
Yeah, that's
we
what I
ran
meant.
into some assassins in the desert itself, and we want to see if these are the same ones that attacked us before.
Mhm.
And
Tell
if
them
they
as
are,
much as you
so
have
we
to,
can gloat.
but just as much as you have.
Yes. Oh, let's do that then. And it wouldn't even be a lie because we have been attacked by assassins in the desert.
Dave lifts up her little shawl scarf and she like pulls her little feathers apart to show her little injury where an assassin had gotten her.
Very well. Then let us go. Find out where they are held and how good they are protected and guarded. You will watch over your son, I say to Arta. While we are out
She
and about.
nods. She begins a prayer. A prayer
Can I
to a god that isn't listening.
Can I do an insight check on her?
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to come back and find her having abducted him. Every time I leave him out of my sight, he's gone. Jeez Louise.
She seems genuinely concerned.
Yeah, okay. I need to write down that I have 2 advantages and 2 nat 20s.
Yeah, to recap.
So I need them.
Charlie,
I can use them.
you have 2 nat 20s. Kellic, you have a nat 20, a nat 1, and a disadvantage. And Falja has 2 nat 20s and 2 advantages.
So
I want to use them.
Snooping around the camp, do we see where is likely to be like the holding tent?
The holding tent.
A holding pen where they would be keeping assassin prisoners?
There's nothing like that around.
I feel like Dave marched purposely out of the tent, did like a loop, and then like stops and looks at Belcher like.
Would I know where they hold them? Where they hold prisoners normally? In the structure or in a tent or somewhere?
Normally, they would keep prisoners on some sort of pole, or that'd usually only be until they can get them in the arena.
Okay. So there is no pole right now.
No poles around.
Okay. What kind of orcs are around us right now? The closest one. Is there someone that looks like he or she is approachable?
Could be, as orcs go.
I think. Oh, gosh, I was really bad at stuff like that. I try to socialize and try to pick out someone who looks. What passes for as friendly amongst orcs? Maybe someone who had already something to drink and is just resting after training or something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you'll see someone like sort of like as a female orc who's put aside her weapon and she's tanning a hide.
Okay. Does she have any weapons that of my making?
Sorry?
Does she have weapons of my making with her?
No.
No. So
All
she's
plain
not a.
steels.
All right. I come up to her and. Greetings, warrior.
Loktar.
Loktar. Tell me, where do they hold the assassins? I did not see a pole.
No. The elder has a special use for them.
So, are they inside? And I point at the Colosseum structure.
They are not kept here. They will be brought in tomorrow.
Oh, they are not here.
No.
Where is the elder?
He is at the out camp. Towards the assassin's hold.
Ah, I see. Is he preparing them for the ritual?
The ritual?
For the execution?
Oh, the arena? No. Maybe. It is difficult to tell. They may be special.
I and my companions had been attacked by assassins. We fended them off, but
Did you kill them?
some of them, some got away.
She clapped you on the shoulder. Then you are my friend. Drink with me.
And I sit to her, with her, and if she offers something, I will drink it. You know, I am still feeling bad about the ones getting away. And now that you have captured some, I wonder if maybe those are the ones that got away.
Possible, I guess.
I would like to see them. I would like to see them very much. And maybe make sure that they will leave this life with a fear for the daughter of the desert in their heart. And I make my hair spark and my hands ignite and my eyes glow.
She smiles.
Do you understand?
You want to face them in the arena.
But first I want to see if those were the ones. So I would have very much liked to see them first.
Well, they arrive tomorrow. Around when the sun is at its zenith.
I see.
I'm sure that can be arranged. I
To
will
see
speak to
them
the elder
first?
for you.
I would appreciate that. And now is my friend. And I go through my pockets and I will get out one of the many daggers I have forged from the bone pieces, and I hand her one hilt first. It's a small blade, but razor sharp. It's a straight blade, so you could also draw it very well.
She places the dagger back in your hand, with a hand over yours, and says, "If you wish to make this worth 10 times as much as it currently is to me, and it's already an amazing gift, give it to me with assassin blood on it."
Very well then. And I take the dagger back. I had so hoped that those assassins are in the camp already. I feel... And I snap my finger and the fire dances, impatient.
She smiles. "It is good that you feel this way. But for now we must rest. It is getting late. Soon there will not be enough light for me to carry on doing this," she says, tossing aside her tanning knife.
Were you there when the assassin hold was breached?
No. I was scouting back.
Have you heard tales of what happened there exactly?
No. I'm afraid not. I see the blue tinge in the sky, though.
I saw it as well, yes. A great omen, I am sure. Very well then, friends. I don't want to keep you from your work.
It is late, it is dark.
Yes.
I will carry on tomorrow. Thank you for this conversation. I look forward to seeing you fight in the arena.
And I look forward to see you.
And she begins to turn in for the night.
I hope that we never cross blades. That we will fight side by side.
Yes. I'm sure this will be the case.
And I step away. And I motion Kelek and Dave with me to a place where the orcs might not overhear us. And I tell them they are not held here. There must be some form of camp outside, somewhere between here and the assassin hold, where the elder is... I don't exactly understand what he's doing to the assassins. Find out if they are special? Maybe special in the way that I don't know.
What does this elder do? Is he a mystic? Or she?
There are rumors. It never was entirely confirmed. As you could see right now, the orcs are friendly enough with me. This was even friendlier than most. But they are very secretive. I'm not sure the orcs themselves, that most of them even know what's going on. But the rumor is that someone who can read the magic is their leader. I'm not sure if that is the same thing as this elder that this one talked about. I am not sure. And she did not see the breach of the hold. She was a scout, so she could not tell me what exactly happened or who was held. I told her this fanciful story about us being attacked and me wanting revenge. And she said that she would talk to the elders so we would be able to meet and see the assassins beforehand. And that they would be brought in when the sun is at the highest point in the sky.
So they're not held here at camp? Or
No, they are not.
Something's odd about this, and I don't like it. We need to find where they're being held.
Yes. If I create my weather forecast with Druidcraft, normally I see the silhouette of the landscape on my hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would I see, if I cast it right now, and I guess I would see the Colosseum, right? Would I also see another camp or the Hold of the Assassin or something in between? Could I make it out with that spell to get an idea? If he says between here and the Hold?
No, No, I don't think so. I think that's more. It's a useful cantrip for telling the weather,
Mhm.
but I don't
Yeah.
think it'd be so good for being able to see spying on your enemies or allies.
Yeah. To
It's a
see where
very
the
different
campers.
usage. Very different usage.
Yeah, I know. The last few times he was so kind to say, "Oh yeah, the hole is right there," and it is 4 hours.
Oh yeah, things that have been there forever and a day. You can see
Okay.
those. You can see the Colosseum. You can see the tower. You can even see where your cave is.
Okay.
But less
don't see the
permanent
camp.
things.
I see.
The orcs strike me as ones that aren't too keen on finding extremely secret places. It needs to be unknown to outsiders, but easy enough to get to. My money is them being held somewhere between here and the Assassin's Hold. Maybe a camp of some sort, or cave, or outcropping.
But
At least nearby that they are able to either drag them or walk them here within a few hours.
the problem with the desert is that the land looks flat, but it isn't. With all the dunes and the space between here and the hold. I mean, we can go out and try to find it, but I am not sure that we will find it,
Can you
especially not
turn
at
it to
night.
something that flies?
I don't know. I'm so sorry. Only things that walk so far have manifested. Maybe if I stay longer with you, I will possess that power, but not now.
Dave, I would ask you, but I know the Kenku's curse. What is your take on all this? What do you think?
Assassins. Maybe tomorrow. And Dave is gonna sit down.
I don't know if we should wait till tomorrow. They'll be with more guards and reopen if we want. If these are our companions, then we want to get them out with as least resistance as possible.
The problem also is that I'm not sure how well Lucian is, if he's well enough to travel. If we go now in the night. I don't know. Let me think. Do you remember you were out for most of it, but the first night we spent in the desert. Do you remember when the sun dropped below the sky? Not only the dark, but also the cold. Ice forming.
They
The
don't have a
desert at
fire
night.
going if they don't want them to freeze to death.
Yes, but it is hard going. I have been traveling during the night with the other newcomers, and there is not much moisture in the desert, but some of the sand will start to stick together, and it is very hard going.
Sounds like home, to be honest with you.
Kellic. No.
And, well, actually, I'm going to point out that since he's Goliath, he's mountain-born, and he's naturally adapted to cold climates, so cold doesn't really bother him as much as it does other people.
Well, some of us don't like the cold.
And some of us think this is a terrible idea that we should back the fuck off away from.
I'd rather stay here till Lucian has recovered, so we can use our full strength to
So
set
wait
the
for
plan
them
in
to get
motion.
here. All the orcs will be around us. How do you propose to get them out of here without causing a stir?
Maybe if she can truly, and I look back in the direction of the arc that I just talked to, if she can truly arrange a private meeting, maybe we will find a way down.
And then we'll have the orcs upon us if we do get out within minutes, hours.
Maybe we could fight for their freedom in the arena. Much here is done by the strength of arm and blade.
When I was talking to that orc, was like, did I get the sense that they're the type of to do that? If somebody fights for somebody else, they'll go free, or
Not really.
I don't mean it like that. I mean, as in they would maybe. I think that is a very, very long shot, even longer than maybe Lucian's skill with the bow would be able to accomplish. But we either try to sneak them out, and as you pointed out yourself, that might be hard, and they will be after us. Or we fight in the arena and get the privilege of keeping the assassins and killing them ourselves, maybe in the sacred cave of the Desert Mother. I don't know.
I don't think they're going to allow the assassins to leave to a place where we want to fight. I think the arena is where they want this to happen.
They want to kill them, yes. If they decide to kill them, I don't know what that elder is looking for and if that might change the outcome.
We need to speak with him. Or her.
The elder. We need to find out who the assassins are. Maybe it's this horrible one, Rahim.
Maybe. I say we go out, let Lucian rest, go out through the camp, see if we can find somebody who knows where the elder is specifically. Maybe talk to the chieftain.
I am not sure if it would be advisable to talk to it about this too much. You don't want to tip them off that you are way too interested. Remember, the Orc chieftain, she thinks that you are an assassin sympathist. You should not show too much interest in them.
We don't talk about the assassins with them. We could bring up my and their people's shared respect for ancestors and simply wish to understand more about their elder and their customs.
And how would you have heard about this elder?
Maybe a decision to be made in the future. As the camera pans upwards away from you at this late evening and darts away across the sands towards a small tent where two people sit on poles, surrounded by orc guards. On one of the figures, the ropes fall away from their bonds. And that's where we wrap up tonight's session.
See, I'm not too worried about fighting the assassins, apart from the fact that if it's the Secret and Elena, we're screwed. Because they are way more hardcore than we are.
At the moment, I think that it is the Secret and Hadija, because they went out together in the sandstorm. So,
Looks like we got a new
yeah, and we saw, not we, but the spectators saw Yena in the cutscene after last time, so...
Yep.
How did we end up in the middle of all this politics? Huh?
It's supposed to be an orc camp. There was supposed to be food and feasting and brawling, but
I mean, it's very
death and bruh.
very simple politics going on here. Just strength. Like,
And we hate those guys! So yeah.
I don't know, like, why are we on the assassin's side again? Why are we on the orc side? Remind me. Why are we on sides here?
Well, we're not on sides. We're trying to find out if the assassins that were caught are the Roof Mistress and Hadija, who are companions at this point.
Okay, but why? They can handle it. We got bigger problems going on here.
Not
As I
in Kelly's
said,
club.
I try to help you get home.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of discussion in the Twitterverse this week between this session and the next one. As we
By the way, that's just Dave's perspective. I'm not having a go at Chorus. That's not
It's okay.
Charlie having a go at Chorus.
It's okay.
Okay, so let's go round, you guys. Now, Charlie, you went last time because that was you were last, so we'll start with you this time. Charlie, why don't you tell us who you are, where we can find you, all the other shows you're on, all that good stuff.
Well, that was a session, and I always love how Tahina and Koros and Slade, when he's here, like, everyone really invests in their characters and in this world and in understanding how it works as a person in this situation. And it's hard to watch sometimes, like as a viewer, and not get sucked in. But I kind of think that's a good thing. And then it's hard as a player not to get sucked in, not to get emotionally behind that perspective when you're so in it. So like, kudos to those guys for doing that. I'm just here with Dave and her little book of phrases, trying to contribute meaningfully when I can. What am I doing this week? I'm back on Scrassicus's channel tomorrow or Friday. What day is
Thursday.
Kean? Thursday. What day is it today? Tuesday.
We're Tuesday.
Oh, okay, right. Wednesday, Warhammer Wednesdays over on Encounter Roleplay at 9 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. EST. I've completely forgot where I am. I'm so like busy thinking about the desert. And then on Thursday, I am back here late for Kiana's birthday bash charity shindig, and I think we're playing Honey Heist, which I'm super excited about. I've never done it. I get to play a bear, I think. So I'm going from bird to bear, and I'm about that. And I think that's it for this week for me. And then obviously on Tuesday, I'll be back here again for more Wizards and Wardrobes and Dave times. And I always have a lot of fun hanging out with these people, even if it is emotionally charged and very intense in the desert.
It is. It does get really intense in the desert. It's yeah. So next around the table we have Chorus. Hey, buddy.
Hey guys, I'm Chorus RPG. This session got intense. Jeez. You guys can find me at twitch.tv/Chorus RPG. On Twitter at the same name. I talk about D&D, RPGs, and I'm a huge lore fan. So if you're interested in that, go and follow my stuff on Twitch. Usually on mostly every day except to Monday around like between 6 and 8 p.m. I'm still trying to get a good time to like come on, but I also have my own D&D show, which is on Saturdays, which is Firelight, which is a one-on-one D&D series where I run a guest through their own personalized one-shot, and it's a place for people to try out those character concepts that they haven't got a chance to yet, or just have one that would not work with a group. So if you're interested in that, it's on Saturdays on my Twitch at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays. Come check it out.
Awesome, thank you so much. I'll throw your link in the chat as well. I'm being sluggish over here. There we go.
Sure.
So there's Chorus's Twitch in chat there, so you guys can see it. So that leaves us with Tahina. Last but most certainly not least.
Hey there. I am Tahina. You can find me online on Twitter at Tahina_Andale. I am so, I don't know, speechless. Thank you so much for the fan art again. This is the very first fan art anyone ever has made for me, and it's so amazing. So I'm feeling truly blessed.
I'll get that back up again.
Leia, look at that! My fiery girl. So yeah, where can you find me when I'm not here? So on Tuesday nights I'm here. This Friday I play in Elemental Bane over at Fumbles and Fame. And on Sunday I play Runa Recast Dart here in Tomb of Annihilation, also over at Fumbles and Fame. We just arrived in Omu, so yeah, it's going to be it's going to get funny now. So yeah, there's that. And my favorite scene today, I think, was just I really liked the awkwardness of the wait through the Colosseum, of not being able to talk, and with two characters basically hampered and only 3 players there. So Dave being limited by her words. And Forja being in wild shape. So yeah, that was I really enjoyed that. The awkwardness of it all, and then all the intense moments in camp, and yeah, so it was. I feel like ever since Lucian got kidnapped, things have been always intense and emotional and dramatic for the characters. So,
So, in conclusion, hashtag Lucian's fault.
now that you mention it, no. But I feel that was like the tipping point of the campaign. So far, ever since then, it was drama. And I think with an execution on the horizon and a fight in the arena and everything, it's not going to get more chill here, right? It will
Oh yeah, no.
dramatic.
And you guys only scratched the surface of the arena as well. I put aside about 4 episodes for that, so that's gonna get more and more intense.
Desert is intense, yeah.
Yeah, especially in the Orc camp, everyone's intense.
Hmm.
Momentary pause for the pun. No, no, okay.
Boo!
Shame. Bing, shame.
I'd like to take a moment to appreciate this pun. So
Off the stage.
this just leaves me getting off the stage. Here are my social links, guys. If you want to be part of this awesome community, get in the Discord. Just do it. It's great. If you want to come and play a game, send me a DM on Twitter. I'm in the process. I'm in a weird place at the minute where I'm trying to up the amount of games I'm doing, but I'm also struggling to keep on top of everything. Not like a burnt out sort of sense. I'm just I'm going through some new things, so it's interesting. But give me a DM and we'll get you in a game very soon. And lastly, on YouTube is where you can see how far behind I am on all the videos, because I'm over a week behind now. But they'll be uploaded soon. Also, I have a Patreon. If you would like to support, please consider giving me a subscription on Patreon. As a patron, you can subscribe to me for as little as $1. I get a much better deal through Patreon than I do through Twitch or any other subscription service. So it's one of the best ways to support me regularly. I also have merchandise. If you like the look of my little playbook, which is perfect for a 3-hour campaign or one-shot game size, and it has the crest on the front, that's where you can find it there. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Let's go across, and I did have Twitch open somewhere. We are going to go and pay someone that I've started watching recently. I'm not overly familiar with their work, but I have like the few streams I've tuned into. They're called Austin Marie, and they do a lot of IRL streams where they just chat to us, which is nice. So we're going to go in and say hello to those people over there. So guys, when we get in there, please remember to bring all the Scrat Hype with you. We're going in with a substantial amount of raiders, so everyone typing out Scrat Hype, or if you've got the Scrat Hype emote, posting that is very much appreciated. On top of that, I do have a schedule for this week. It's basically D&D every single day. Every day, D&D, 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 D&D. So with that in mind, keep invoking emotions. We'll see you soon. Bye!